university and say, oh, it goes well with the environment, the traditional nature. It's a lie. It was taken from ancient structures in China. Google China and look at ancient structures, you will see exactly what the presenter was taken from there. And then they made about 4 presentations, and I said, I don't need any more presentations, I don't want to see your face. The other one was good, but I told Professor Carr, this is not the university I want. I want a university that is not catering for today's needs, and then tomorrow we realize that it is inadequate. I want a university that I will build into the future, so that for the next 20 years, nothing would be inadequate there. Unless you have that, the construction of the university is not going to start. And before we find anything is done, I have to look at the final design and approve of it. To be quite honest, I was wondering whether I'll leave the presentation very happy or very angry. And so I decided that I'm not prejudging you, but you know, we passed through so many presentations and I was not impressed. So I told the Secretary General, you know what? You know, Vice is always the fire tender. Wherever there is fire, the fire brigade, he comes to put out the fire. So why can't she handle on my behalf the presentation, and then later I'll see it when they are gone, because I don't want to go to a presentation now and then be angry, because if they bring the same thing that others brought, it's going to be trouble. But then he got me. He said, you know, Your Excellency, why don't you see them? By the way, I'm traveling tomorrow. So I said, no, let Vice see them tomorrow. He said, well, you know, normally in tradition, you don't send somebody to the naming ceremony of your own baby to represent you. I looked at him and I told him, you know what, it's time for prayers, go, and then I'll think about it. You know, he got me so, all the time I prayed, I finished praying and I was sitting at the bar and saying, after all, he's right. You don't send somebody to represent you at your own son's naming ceremony. That's okay. Now, try. Even up to 10 o'clock, I would see the, I will attend the presentation. What a big mistake I would have made if I didn't attend. All I can tell you, Peace, as a company, this is the beginning of a very long-lasting relationship with this great country called the Gambia. Because this is what I want from any human being. Whenever we have a deal, you put your heart and soul into it so that we have both come satisfied and become victorious. And this is what I've been looking for, and I've found. Thank God, whoever identified you has done me great justice. By the grace of the Almighty Allah, this university will be completed, and I mean, including the part that you call feature, in 5 years we will have a full-fledged university of the Gambia, including the area that Professor was talking about, because these are indispensable areas. My objective is one thing. We have been dependent on others for a very long time. And now I want others to depend on us. And by the grace of the Almighty Allah, we will be able to also send doctors, lawyers to other countries, because it's because of the benevolence of other countries like Nigeria, Ghana, and others that our educational system, our judiciary, and other technical fields we were able to advance in the past 20 years. This is what dictatorship, this is the beauty of a dictatorship. A dictatorship who dictates development and not a Democrat who does nothing but demonstrate corruption and mayhem in a country. I think Gambians and Africans in general should know the difference between good governance and bad governance. PACE, or Pan-African Consulting Engineers, I know that we have a long relationship. We will have a very long, fruitful relationship where both sides would be winners. Looking at your profile of what you are able to achieve, you know, there's a saying in my language, when somebody is hungry, and then he gets the smell of very nice food, he becomes hungrier. So sometimes, if he knows that he's not going to eat, you make him angry. When he saw certain infrastructure, I didn't ask, and then he said 1.2 billion, then I scratched my head. But I know 5 years from now, by the grace of the Almighty Allah, we can have infrastructure like that or even bigger than that. So, what I want to assure you is that this is a developing country. We want to make it the best economically in the world. We are the smallest, so why not become the richest country on earth? And by the grace of the Almighty Allah, we will be the richest country on earth. So, not only this project, but we will work on a lot more of the projects. One would be a project that has not yet taken off. As you will take them to a place tomorrow where we want to build the administrative center where we'll have all the ministries because we really want to demolish quadrangle and make for bigger space and build something else. Well, when you talk about the quadrangle, it reminds you of those days, colonial, yes. And so we have to really, we do not have to quadrangle ourselves. We have to free ourselves, and that is why we need a new area where all the ministries would be along the beach, around the, I think, local government area. There is an area that has already been designated for the new administrative area where you'll have all the ministries next to the sea. Because we also want for them to give us a concept, and let's see how best we can build that, because that is also going to be part of the transition projects. When we took over, we had transition projects from decadence to progress. Now, the new transition project would be from low middle income to high income country. And this transition project will start from before the end of this year. And so we have, I have seen that most of the projects I have in mind, you have designed most of them and elsewhere. And so this is one area where we will work together. So by the grace of the Almighty Allah, my wish is that you will be with us for the next 20, 30 years, because we have to build a lot of infrastructure very rapidly. Once again, thank you. I never believed that I can be given any design and I will not have an input, a significant input. But this time, I think, Prof, I don't know what you told them, but they got me. We are very proud of this design, and the sooner you finalize it so that we start work, because the funds have been secured. And then the other component also that I want to go alongside this project, we want to make sure that as soon as phase 1 is being finished, phase 2 is halfway through. We want to make sure that these important components are built in tandem with the University of the Gambia. We want to make it the best. By the Almighty Allah, we will make it the best. I want to thank also Professor, the Vice Chancellor. But to conclude it, you know, I like challenges. And that is what faith is all about. When we talked about television, they said we wanted, they brought an Irish guy to study under Jawara, and he said Gambia doesn't need a television. And guess what? July 22nd, the delegation of the Gambia government then was supposed to, 1994, We're supposed to go to Senegal to sign an agreement